Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Cynthia.
And we're the Hanier Family.
And for those of you that are new here, welcome, and let's enjoy some great music together.
All right, so what do we have for our Goonies today?
Well, today's Sunday, so we're going to do some more Canadian content for you guys.
All right.
This time I chose to do some more Joni Mitchell.
Joni.
We really love Joni. She's fantastic. And of course, she's a Canadian icon.
Of course she is.
Very legendary here.
Oh, yeah. One of the best for sure.
Yes.
Hell of a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, absolutely. We know a lot of her stuff from the 70s.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
not a lot, but I guess.
Like I had the Blue album. I've mentioned this
Right.
before.
We know a lot.
Stuff from the late 60s, like, the usual stuff, Big Yellow Taxi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Help Me from 74 was pretty popular. That's the album that we're really interested
The
in.
Hissing.
No,
that one we've been.
that's 75 or 76. That one
Right, we've done quite a few off of that one so far.
we have, and they
That's what I
were
was thinking.
brilliant. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do the whole album.
yeah, we've mentioned that before. We probably should.
When our computer's fixed, we're going to start doing all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff.
we have to be careful about how much
Yeah.
we do right now because of that.
Yeah, we did one video that was half an hour, the Yes one, and the computer just went. Eh.
Yeah,
I had to wait till it was cold, like not even used. Turned it on.
we were going to
did
do an
the edit.
album this weekend, but there was no way.
Nah.
So this one's called Moon at the Window, and it's off her early 80s album,
Yeah.
82, I think we
82.
saw.
Yeah.
The people who asked for this one are James Warner and Brenda Woodson.
Yeah. Now this later on stuff, like the 80s stuff, it's a little more built, I guess.
It's something we're not familiar with that much, though. We've only done very little of her 80s stuff.
Very little. The
Very
couple we
little.
did though were I always felt they didn't have that same pizzazz as the 70s stuff. To be
Yeah.
honest. It's great stuff, very well written, very thoughtful, of course. I mean, it's Joni, but I always found it just didn't have that.
The same feel to it, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't explain it. You have to hear
But we're going to get into this and see what it's like.
it. Yeah. Hey, this might change my mind.
Yeah.
Right? So we should do that. This is Joni Mitchell with Moon at the Window.
It takes cheerful resignation, heart and humility. That's all it takes. A cheerful person told me nobody's harder on me than me. How could they be? And nobody's harder on you than you. Betsy's blue, she says, tell me something good. You know I'd help her out if I only could. Oh, but sometimes the light can be so hard to find. At least the moon at the window leaves left that behind. People don't know how to love. They taste it and toss it. Turn it off and on like a bathtub faucet. Ooh, sometimes the light can be so hard to find. At least the moon at the window, the thieves left that behind. I wish.
This is so jazzy.
Oh, yeah.
I like this a
This
lot.
is very well done. Yeah, this is very interesting because the musicianship alone is really driving everything.
Yeah, it's
Right.
very good.
The bass is just incredible. He's all over the place. Is this Jocko or is this somebody else?
I'm not sure. But it's talking about how you're always hardest on yourself,
Yeah,
that kind of thing. You know, you're the one that's hardest on yourself all the time.
I get that.
You know,
Trust me.
people can say what they will, but you're always going to think you're not good enough in some fashion. You're going to criticize yourself harsher than anybody else would.
Well, that happens a lot. I mean, I remember my band back in the old days, back in 2001, we did a show in Toronto. I mean, it's a big show for us because we're East Coast, right? And so we did this show. It was for people who were trying to recruit people to do shows in like the rest of Canada. And we were pretty nervous about it and stuff. So we did our set, a couple songs, and we could hear all our little mistakes and fumbles ourselves. And we were like, no, that was kind of okay. But the manager came in, our manager, and came in, oh my God, you guys were so great. We're going to do so well. We're like, okay, yeah. Great.
Yeah, people always judge themselves harsher than other people judge them.
You always hear
It's just the way it is.
you hear your own mistakes. Like
Yeah.
we're on stage, I'm playing away and, do my shaking my little, I think I had a tambourine, something like that, just to make a noise. And, doing backup vocals as I did. And guitar solo hits and Buddy's doing his guitar solo and, Pete's doing a great job, right? And then he flubs an entire section of a measure. And I'm like, and he just looks at me and smiles. Don't really noticed.
Nobody would have noticed. That's the funny thing.
Yep. And apparently they didn't notice.
Yeah.
So, oh, that was meant to happen. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a different feel for sure from a lot of the other stuff we've heard of hers.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure. It's very dynamic. Everything is just all over the, it's just so great. It's all just timed just right. She's coming in with her guitar just right.
Yeah.
And the bass.
And
The
I
bass seems to
love-
be the star mostly.
Yeah. And I love the placement of her lyrics. She always puts things where people don't expect.
Yeah. This
You
was
know?
very well done. Like
Very much.
very, very good. I want to hear it again, of course, but
Of
I'll
course.
do that later. But yeah, it's very interesting for sure. Very minimal.
Yeah.
Like it's just you can hear like the bass,
But I
drums,
prefer that with Joni
guitar,
most times.
her voice,
Yeah.
and clarinet.
I think so. I don't know for sure. But we should finish it up.
Yeah. Tenor sax.
I wish her
Maybe, yeah.
I know these battles deep in the dark when the spooks of memories rattle. Ghosts of the future, phantoms of the past, rattle, rattle, rattle in the spoon and the
The bass.
Is it possible to learn how to care and yet not care? Since love has two faces, hope and despair, and pleasure always turns to fear. I find at least the moon at the window, the thieves left that behind. Moon at the window, they left that behind. At least they left the moon behind the vine. Moon at the window.
Very well done, huh?
Oh yeah, and I just noticed in the second half that there was indeed a synthesizer, kind of coloring everything in the background.
Yeah,
I didn't
just-
catch it at the first, but I'm sure it was there.
But it was just coloring, like you
Yeah.
said. So it's perfect,
Yeah,
really.
it's far enough back that
Yeah.
you don't really hear it much until it just comes in and goes, whoom, whoom, and just little things, just to
Yeah.
so well written.
I heard her saying something about how love brings both hope and despair. Either way, like that kind of thing. And she said, but at least they left the moon at the window.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
like, okay.
Nice. I like that.
It's an interesting way to look at things.
Yeah. I barely ever catch the lyrics completely at any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go straight.
I'm not great for that all the time either. I will sometimes pick it up, but I mean, it has to be really in your face, kind of clear. And
Yeah.
because with the first time at least, because the first listen, when there's a lot of good music going on around it, your brain is just listening to the music at first.
Absolutely.
Right?
Unless it's what's centered on the thing.
Right, unless it's centered and in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this one, it was really about the musicianship. It was hard for me to not just dive into the music.
Yeah, and her vocal styling, though, it feels almost like an instrument in itself.
That's true.
You know what I mean? The way that she does it.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. I always loved that about her.
Yeah, she places like an instrument, not like a singer.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
great.
different the way she places her vocal styling. You know? It's very odd, but
Very
I
odd.
like it.
Yeah, it's great. For
Yeah.
sure. It was a really great song.
It really was. So thank you so much for that request. It was definitely appreciated. Please don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. It's $3 a month, and we're adding things there all the time. Also, for those of you who are interested, we have a P.O. box set up, and all the info's in the description of our videos. Please like and subscribe to the channel and become one of our Goonies. Share with your family and friends. Click that notification bell if you don't want to miss a video. And don't forget to enjoy yourself. Later.
Later.